You were 7, maybe 8. You came into the kitchen lit up about something, a bug you found, an idea you couldn't keep inside. Your hands were moving, you were talking too fast. And the adult in the room, your mother, your father, whoever held the keys to whether you were lovable that week, did the small thing. The mouth tightened. The eyes did not meet yours. And you stopped. You don't remember the words. There weren't always words. You remember the cold drop in the room and the way your body folded itself smaller before you understood what was being asked. This is the fire they smothered in you. Carl Jung called the parts of you they couldn't handle the shadow, the personal unconscious. The catalog of everything in a boy's natural fire the adults could not let stay lit. This is not therapy. This is not inner child work. This is the first stage of shadow integration, recognition. The traits you were shamed out of were not bad. They were threatening to the people raising you. And the boy who was punished for them learned to punish himself. The lie has a name. The lie is that you outgrew it. You tell yourself the small boy in the kitchen is gone. You tell yourself you've matured past needing all that. The noise, the question, the fire, the hunger. You tell yourself the man in the meeting who waits for permission to speak is just polished, civilized, composed. You watch the men who never learned the lesson, the rager, the showman, the man who needs to be the loudest one in any room. And you think, thank God I'm not him. The lie is that you became wise. The lie is that you grew up. The lie is that the kitchen scene was a small thing and you handled it well. But you did not handle it. You absorbed it. You took the look on her face, or his face, and you ran it back through your own body for the next 30 years. You became the adult in the kitchen. You became the small frown. You became the eye that does not meet your own when you are lit up. You are not the boy who was shamed. You are the man who finished the job. Here is the truth. There is a bag behind you. You did not pack it. The people who raised you packed it. Robert Bly wrote it cleaner than anyone in a little book on the human shadow in 1988. By the time you were 20, the bag was 20 feet long, and you have been dragging it behind you ever since. Inside the bag is everything you were too much for. The volume of your voice at 5, the honesty of your anger at 7, the intensity of your hunger at 9, the unaskable question at 12, the lust at 15, the grief at 20. You did not choose what went into the bag. The people whose face decided whether you were lovable did. They didn't tell you what to bury. They showed you, with the small frown, the silent withdrawal, the changed tone. And you, being a boy who needed them, learned the curriculum without ever being taught. And here is the part nobody tells you. The bag does not lose weight. Whatever you put in at 6 is still in there. And it is angry, and it is hungry. And it is exactly the part of you that, if you had kept it, would have made the man you were born to be. There is a name for what happened to you. Robert Johnson, the Jungian analyst, wrote it in Owning Your Own Shadow in 1991. We are all born whole, he said. Somewhere early on our way, we begin the shadow-making process. The way it works is simple. A boy comes into the world with the whole catalog, every emotion, every appetite, every form of force. He doesn't know yet which of his moves are acceptable. He finds out by watching the people who hold him. He raises his voice. He sees the mouth tighten. He learns. Voice is a thing that costs. He shows his hunger. The look comes. He learns. Hunger costs. He cries. The flat face arrives. He learns. Tears cost. He shows his anger. The door closes between them. He learns. Anger costs too much. By the time he can read, he has done thousands of these small lessons. He has edited the manuscript of himself. The chapters that drew the frown are torn out. The chapters that drew the smile remain. And here is what Carl Jung said in Aion in 1951, paragraph 15, the line that is the spine of this video. Effect occurs where adaptation is weakest. Where your fire flares now, at 40, in a meeting, in your marriage, in your father's house at Christmas. That is where the editing was hardest. That is where you tore out what you most needed to keep. The shadow is not your enemy. The shadow is the manuscript you were not allowed to write. The first stage of shadow work, Jung said, is recognition. You cannot accept what you have not yet named. 3 recognitions. They are not steps. They are seeings. The first recognition is to name the specific trait the adults could not handle. Not in general. Not, I was a sensitive kid. Specific. Was it your loudness? The volume you brought into the kitchen at 6? Was it your hunger? The way you wanted things openly, without hiding it? Was it your anger? The time you broke the small thing and the look that came after? Was it your curiosity? The question that made the room go still? You know which one it was. The body knows. The body still flinches in the exact direction. Name it. The second recognition is harder. Locate the specific face. Not society or culture. The one human whose expression decided whether you got to keep the trait. For most men, it is the same face, and it is usually a face that has been dead or distant for 20 years and is still sitting at the head of your table. You will not blame them. The trait was not yours to hide. It was given to you to carry. The face was just a face, owned by someone carrying their own bag. But it was the face. Name the face. The third recognition is the longest. The boy did what he had to do. He swallowed the question. He hid the hunger. He carried the bag. That is how he stayed alive in the house he was given. You do not need to apologize for the survival. The boy was not weak. He was a strategist. He kept you alive long enough to grow into a man who could go back for him. The work begins where the boy stopped, not with shame, with recognition. The man who does this work does not become softer. He becomes louder where the boy was quiet. He becomes hungrier where the boy was meek. He asks the question the room does not want asked. He raises his voice where it costs him. His fire is not new. It was always his. It was just waiting under 20 feet of ash for someone to come back and dig. You will spend 40 years dragging a bag you did not pack. The first afternoon you spend opening it begins this Tuesday with the first recognition. There is no schedule. There is only the seeing. If you have not yet watched the second stage of this work on this channel, Carl Jung's Shadow, the anger you apologize for, watch it next. Recognition is the beginning. Acceptance is what comes when you have looked at what was put away long enough to take it back. The boy is still in the kitchen. He has been waiting for the man who could come back for him. That man is the one watching this video. See you in the next one.